Welcome to our third STEAM project based on the BBC Microbit, a micro robot car, and Make Code. This course is at the introductory level. We actually assume that you don't have any prior knowledge of programming, sensors or actuators. We call this level the Scout level. My name is Peter. I am the founder of Educommando and a certified STEAM instructor and course developer. In this lesson, we will do two projects. We will use the temperature sensor on the BBC Microbit and display the temperature on the small OLED screen that comes with the GeekPi microcar. And because we are in a disco, we will also make some music. First, we will learn how to link the OLED display. Then we will add the necessary extensions for the OLED display to work. We will learn how to capture the temperature reading. And last but not least, we will make some music with the microbit and the robot car. Once again, quite some things to accomplish, so let's get started. This is an OLED display. OLED stands for Organic Light Emitting Diode. This is a type of LED display that uses organic compounds that emit light when an electric current is applied, allowing each pixel to turn on and off independently. You see that it is very small and yet it has a relative high resolution, 128 by 64 pixels, which makes it very suitable to fit in our small robot car. The OLED has 4 pins. This is called an I2C or I2C connection. The microcar has a similar I2C slot, and we just need to connect the OLED and we are ready to launch the programming environment for our live session. Here we are in the Microsoft Make Code environment. Create a new project and give it a meaningful name. For instance, Robot Car Temp and Music. I hit the Create button and we are in the programming environment with the OnStart and Forever blocks already present. For the OLED to work, we need to install an extension. In the search bar, we type OLED 12864, which is easy to remember because that's the resolution of 128 by 64 of our OLED. I hit the small magnifier glass, and as you can see, there is the option for an OLED I2C. I click on it to download, and you can see that the download is very fast, and you notice that the extension appears in the list. You can click on it just to become familiar with the syntax and the functions of this extension. Let's start with the program. Because we link the BBC Microbit to the robot car, we know that there will be conflicts between pins that are used by both devices. To avoid that, we have to go to the LED function and we pick the More, and from that option we are going to select the LED Enable False. This is going to disable the 5x5 LED display on the microbit. The next step is to set up the OLED. We go to the extension that we have just downloaded, and we need to initialize the OLED. And the first option is exactly doing that. So I drag and drop init OLED with the address number 60, and that is a good number. We don't have to change that, it will work. Note that already in the virtual environment, also that OLED has appeared on the screen. Now it's time to go to the forever block. So I'm going to put the forever block here. We need to tell the OLED that the cursor or the first symbol or letter has to be displayed at the first position 0, 0. It has to be in the top left corner. Now in programming we use 0 as the first number and not 1. So 1 will be the second number or second position. So once again we go to the OLED extension, and I'm selecting show a string at x0 and y0 with a certain text and in a particular color. Now x0 and y0 is really in the top left corner, so that's okay. That's where I want my text to start. I don't want my text to be hello, I want my text to be temperature. So I'm just type it in this position and it will take this as a new value. Because this is a monochromatic display, we don't have any choice in color, so I just leave it to 1. Now what do we want to display underneath temperature? We want to display a number in degrees Celsius. So I go back to my OLED extension, and this time I'm going to pick show a number. I'm going to drag and drop it, and I'm moving it underneath the previous block. And it's going to show me now a number at the position x0 and y0. Now, what I just said, what will it do? It will actually override my string, my text temperature, because it's at the same level. So I have to go one line below, so the y position has to be set to 1. The default value that is in this field is 12. Now I don't want a fixed number 12 to be displayed. I want to have a variable temperature. And where do I find that? Well, I find it in input. And you can see that once again there is a whole array of possibilities, from light levels to compass, and there is also temperature in degrees Celsius. So it gets the temperature in Celsius degrees, and that's what I want, and I want to put it here. So as you can see, these are rounded fields, and when it's a good variable, whether it's a valid input, you will be able to change that. And you can see that the 12 is now replaced by my temperature variable. Now, we know that it is in degrees Celsius, but the innocent user doesn't. So out of clarity and as also as a good user experience, I'm going to add another line, and I'm going to add another text, another string, and I'm going to say, just to be clear, that this is degrees Celsius, so that there is no misunderstanding. Okay, let's give it a try. So I'm going to download it to our microbit, and as you can see, it's not exactly doing what I had in mind. So we did something wrong in the programming. If you haven't noticed it yet, you can pause the video and think about it, what has gone wrong. Well, as you can see, my degrees Celsius, my last string, is overwriting temperature all the time, which means that indeed I have used the wrong Y value. So this is 0, the top, one line below, and I need to go another line below. So this must be 2. Let's see if that solves the issue. I upload it again, and indeed, now you can see that it is temperature 25 degrees Celsius. So this is also a good exercise to be critical about your program, because whatever you do, it may not work from the very first time, and you haven't really made a programming error, but you have made a more of a logical error or something that you have forgotten. And of course, the good thing is that you can see the effect on the OLED and make the necessary corrections. That's it for the temperature. Now we want to add some music. And to do that, I'm going to add another forever block. And yes, I can do that. I can add additional forever blocks in our canvas. And the microbit and the make code come with a very extensive music block and music function. As you can see, there's a lot of possibilities there. And the one that we are going to choose in our lesson is play melody. And I'm just going to put it here on this or in this forever block. And I'm not going to use the da-da-dum. I'm going to select one of the other possibilities. And you can see that there is quite a number of pre-programmed songs and tunes. And I'm going to use birthday, happy birthday. And I'm going to change this until done. And if all is well, on the computer you can already hear it playing. But will it play also on our microbit robot? So let's switch off the sound of the computer, and I'm going to download the code. Hold it a little bit closer. Hopefully you will be able to hear it. It's not as nice because the robot car has more of a buzzer type of speaker, not a nice speaker like a laptop, but I'm pretty sure that you are able to recognize the happy birthday tune. Okay, I'm going to switch it off by just uncoupling this block from the forever block, download it again, and you will see that you will hear that it stops. That's it for this particular project. I hope that you liked it, specifically because this is a project that really offers a lot of opportunities to be very creative in your classroom. For instance, you can ask your class to experiment with other music that is in the library, that's in the block, or you can even let them compose their own masterpiece. It's absolutely a great opportunity to focus on the A of arts in STEAM. You can include some music lessons. You can talk about how music is composed, how music is written, the language of music. You can teach them about scales and so on and so forth. You could even ask them listen to different types of music and identify jazz, classic, pop, blues, or you can even have a small quiz in the classroom to identify the singers of certain songs. That's it for this project number 3 in our Microbit and Microcar series. I hope that you and your class enjoyed it as much as I did. In our next project, we will make our robot car follow a light source. Bye bye for now.